All right, you guys should be pretty much finished with the warm-up now. Does anybody want to volunteer to do either one of those up on the board? All right, thank you, Ty. I got 23. Did anybody else get 23 for the first one? Yeah. Did you get that? No, what'd you get? Juliet, what'd you get? Huh. Let's see. Ashton got 23. Let's see. We're missing one of the side links. We're missing the bottom. So what is the length of the bottom? 7. So we have 7 and 3. So that's 10. And then 5 is 15, 21, 22, 23. It should be 23. I should see some kind of work on your paper. Ty put work on the board. You should have something up there. All right. What about the second one? Can anybody do the second one? Yeah, let's let somebody do it. Come on. Remember, you get extra credit for doing these on the board. They're not hard. It's just adding up the sides. Amir, did you do the second one? Can you do the second one? You need some extra credit. Anybody else? All right, well, finish up your warm-up, get it turned in. Hi, would you mind erasing the board so we can do notes? Also, on Wednesday, I have a doctor's appointment. It's just going to do blood work because I'm getting old, but it's at 8 o'clock and I'm thinking that I should be able to get here by 9, but there's a strong possibility that if there's traffic or rain or anything that delays me from getting from Round Rock to here, then what you guys are going to do, I'll put a note on the board. So the note's going to be on the on the door. To remind you, if I'm not here, you're going to go to the cooking room, Mr. Perminter's room, and hang out there until I get here. So it's also the morning of Panther Pride. So he does the Panther Pride breakfast and everything. So he might need some help just going down to the FAC and picking stuff up or doing stuff with that. So y'all will first report there and just chill out. I should be here, I would say, at the absolute very latest by 9:30. But in any case, I'm planning to get here by 9, but the appointment's at 8 and I just had to get blood work and it's in Round Rock. Sometimes there's traffic, or sometimes you get to the doctor and it's like, I only have something really fast to do, but they're like, oh, you're going to sit here and wait for 30 minutes. So my goal is to get here as quick as possible, but there will be a note on the door so that you guys know what the note means. Just go to the cooking room. You guys will hang out with there with him. And as soon as I get here, I'll go pick y'all up. But while y'all are there, he might ask y'all for help. So y'all can help him. The first two are number lines. So what I would like for you guys to do first is I'm going to give you a few minutes. I want you to try the question number 1. I'll give you 2 minutes. Try question number 1. It is not a trick question. 2 minutes. I want you to try question number 1. I don't even feel like you need 2 minutes. I'm giving you 1 minute. All right, for the first question, what did you guys get for A? -3 for A, and what'd you get for B? -1. Then I'm going to believe you got C and D correct too. All right, we're going to look at question number 2. Question 2 has a number line, but it's vertical. So this vertical number line, we got to figure out because there's little hash marks. So we got to figure out what those hash marks mean. So let's first think about if we are right in the middle. So let me find one that doesn't have anything. Okay, so between 3 and 4, just right in the middle, that would be half, right? And how do we say half of it as a decimal? 0.5. And then think of quarters. What is half of? Exactly. Yeah, good job, Ashton. So it's 0.25. So that's the first little mark, 0.25. It's like quarters. And then 0.5. And then the next one is going to be 0.75. So I want you guys to do A through G. Well, let's think about it. So if you look at F, what do you think that the number is that represents F?
1.
So I'd like for you to show it as a decimal. So what would it be as a decimal? Very good, 1.75. Yes, please put it as decimal. When I did this problem, the first 2 questions are directly off of TSI. But when I did the question for number 2, it gave it to me, the question was as a decimal. I know. Not that I'm counting down or anything. Oh, I know, right? Oh, you can throw it away, thank you. Hello? Hey. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Oh, I mean, not from 4 to 5 or I'm not that time. Anyways, just Thursday. We're gonna go get the presents for my nanas. And then today's Trey's wedding. I don't think so. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's smart. Mhm. All right, love you. Bye. All right, for these, I'm not gonna go over all of them. I'm just gonna spot check a few of these. We already said that F is 1.75. What about B? What did y'all get for B? 8.25. Yep, good. I think y'all probably got those correct. All right, the next section is plotting points. I really hope that after all the dot to dot pictures that we have done, that you guys can identify points. So y'all are gonna do this section. I'm gonna give you a few minutes. So 2 minutes. Find those points. All right, let's check a few of these. Let's check F. What did y'all get for F? 6,3. Very good. I hope you got the other ones right. Again, this is one of the reasons why we do those dot to dot pictures. This was another question that I had on TSI. It was a first quadrant grid, and it had a point, and it said which of these represents the point. The next one, this is also a question directly off of TSI. I took TSI last week so that I could get new questions. It says the temperature on the 10th of January is 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Over the next week, the temperature is supposed to drop. And then it said something like it's supposed to drop 35 degrees. So I just gave you 6 of them to practice. Due to an approaching winter storm, what will the temperature be if the forecast is correct? So for the first one, if it's supposed to drop 35 degrees and it is 25 degrees, what should we do? Subtract. So we would have 25 minus 35. And that's what you do for all of them. You start out with 25 and you just subtract whatever number is there. Hello? Hey. So miles? Okie dokie. I'll send them over. Stupid. Okay, then I'll send them over. Yeah, no problem. Bye.
What will the temperature be if the forecast is correct? I'm guessing always.
Very good, Finnan. That was a good way to explain. That's pretty annoying. All right, so let's check one of these. If it drops 48 degrees, then what is the new temperature going to be? Juliet got negative 23. Did anybody else get that? If it drops 48 degrees. Yeah, so not just 23, it will be negative 23. Again, this was a question directly off of TSI. So. All right, the whole back. None of this seems fun, but we really need practice solving with inequalities. Again, I had questions on TSI that were similar to these. So I'm going to do 4, 5, and 10 with you. When we solve inequalities, they are very similar to solving equations. And you really don't mess with the inequality symbol. The only time you ever do anything with the inequality symbol is if you multiply or divide by a negative. And so we're going to talk about that. For question number 4, we want to get X all by itself. And normally we would try and get rid of the fraction, but you cannot get rid of a fraction if there's something else over there. So the first thing that we have to do is get rid of the -5 by adding 5. And now we've almost got X by itself, but we're dividing by 2. So the inverse of divide by 2 would be to multiply by 2. And I don't care if you leave it like that, although the answer choices will probably show you with the X on the other side. So if you put the X on the other side, you switch X and 16 and you have to flip the sign. But either way, it's the same thing. So you solve these the same way that we do equations. Either one is okay. For question number 5, it's simple. It's one step. We're multiplying by -3, so we need to divide by -3. The only thing is when you divide by a negative, flip the sign. So when you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign. Write that down because we don't remember things that we don't write down. So write that down. When you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign. And when I did TSI, I got 2 questions. One, you did have to flip the sign. The other one, you did not. So they are having some where you have to flip the sign. So flipping the sign, it's pointing to the left. So now it's going to point to the right. And it's only if what you bring over. So for this one, you are bringing over a negative. It doesn't matter if this one was already a negative. That doesn't count. So 12 divided by -3 is -4. The last question that we're going to do together, question number 10. What do we have to do first? We have to get rid of the -6, so we will add 6. Six plus 1 is 7. What's our next step? Yeah, we got to multiply by 4. 7 times 4 is 14. And then our very last step.
Wait.
I don't know why I wrote that. Just seeing if y'all are paying attention and all. I'm glad y'all are paying attention. And our very last step is to do what? Yes. And what we divided by was a positive number, so we don't do anything to the sign. And 28 divided by 2, what do we get? Very good. So you guys are going to finish up this worksheet. You still have a lot of time, like an hour left in here. So you've got plenty of time to do the worksheet. We also have the cat picture if you didn't finish it last time. And I'm going to pass out your quizzes. So the quizzes, if you need to correct it, then you have enough time today that you can get that done.